Before we begin, guys, if you want to grab our supplements, I truly believe they're the best supplement in the world for men. Everybody who's used them has given me amazing reviews. Sold over 22,000 units now. There's worldwide free shipping. And if you want 10% discount, you subscribe monthly and you'll get 10% off. If you want to watch the shows on our stream platform, the link is below. We've got documentaries and series on there. Really interesting stuff. There's a new documentary coming out very soon called Fatherless Generation. Just putting together the final bits of that. If you want to get our course, these are all the things that I can't really talk about openly on YouTube. You know, things like attracting women, life setup, framing, you know, all the things that Dan Bilzerian did in order to set his life up. I'm doing one very soon, maybe even tonight or tomorrow, on Leonardo DiCaprio and how he does it. I've put a lot of my own stuff in there and whatnot. That's available. You can pay $69.99 or £17 per month for 5 months, so that makes it very easy. And then finally, guys, and I'll be talking about this at the start of the video very briefly, 1M House. This is revolutionizing the men's industry in general. I think this is the future of members clubs and this industry. If you want to check that out, the link is below. 1mhouse.com. It's where we've bought houses all around the world where you guys can stay. Access to a pool, communal areas. You know, you've got spa, you've got offices, you've got podcast and meeting room. Access to a high-level network. You know, bedrooms where you can stay at these properties. We've gone over and beyond with this idea. So if you want to check that out, it's application only now. We've already got all the members that we required. So application only. Submit your application. Say why you'd be a good fit for the house, and we'll get back to you within around about a week. So that is £3,000 per year. But guys, revolutionary. It's changing the game. So now into the video that you came here to watch. Right then, guys, sorry I've been a little bit absent massively lately. It's been very, very tough to get content out. I've been traveling like crazy. 1M House is in full swing. Some of the stuff we're working on now, we're working on the meal prep service today. You know, pricing all that up and just figuring out the ingredients and how, like, what meals we're going to have for you guys at the properties. This is more than I ever thought it was going to be. 1M House. It's ridiculous, guys. It is the future of this men's industry. It's going to be that. I told you guys before about I'm going to be a billionaire, and like a few people laughed. A few people say I think you can't. This is it. This is the idea. This is going from strength to strength. I've never seen anything like this. You know, every tiny little component, like the £40,000 gym, the companies that we're working with to put that together, the sauna equipment, we're literally building a spa at the house. We've built a full-fledged gym at the house. We've got, you know, a very large pool at the house, sun lounges all around. All the furniture for my house is going out there. That's how dedicated I am to this idea. Like, this is crazy, and anybody who doesn't sign up is going to literally miss the boat. But you know, it's application only now, guys. So, you know, if you want to check out the website, see what it's all about, you know, it's available. The link is below for 1M House. You know, so you're going to have to apply. You're going to have to say why you're a good fit. We're not accepting everybody. If you've got £3,000 or, you know, you can pay it in installments, 12 months, 3 months, whatever you want to do. We've got the plans in place for you. But yeah, submit your application and we'll see if you're a good fit. We'll see if you're a good candidate for the house. So, but now into the video, guys. So, oh, and also I forgot to mention as well, we had contracts signed today. So keys are coming very, very soon, and I'm going to vlog the whole process from start to finish, you know, the little changes we need to make. We've given ourselves about 6 weeks to get the house ready for the launch party. Launch party is going to have some incredible guests there. I cannot wait, guys. I'm ready now. We've been working on this for a long time. I can't wait to see the guys out there who are signed up. If you're not, then, you know, I'll still vlog it so you can enjoy the content. But it's the future of my life, so be happy for me. Don't hate in the comments. But this video is going to be very interesting to you guys out there. This is something I've been wrestling with in my mind for a few months now, which is always good. It's always good to make a video on something when you've been thinking about it for a while. And I finally kind of pieced it together today. I was just sat there with a notepad and a pen. And I was writing all these notes down on here. And I was like, this is what I've been thinking for a while. So I want to get this over to you guys. Now, let's set some context. Let's set a little background for this. So I live like I'm still an athlete. So for you guys who don't know, I became a professional footballer for a very short while. I was on Championship Manager. I think it's 2012, 2013. You guys can go and search it and find that out and whatnot. And I still treat myself like that. I still visualize myself when I'm training in the gym that I'm training for something like that. It's giving me a certain mindset. My business partner, and this was my next point as well, successful former athletes. So my business partner was a professional footballer. He was on FIFA for a short while. He's a monster as well. Do you know what I mean? We train harder than everybody. We work harder than everybody. We've got a different mindset. We treat ourselves still like we're top level athletes, but for our lives. And that's what this video is about. And the amount of guys that I know that are successful that used to be former baseball players or former NFL guys that were in the league for like a year and then came out, like they just have a mindset. They wrestled in college and stuff like that. They just have a work ethic that other people don't have. And this whole video is about treat your body and success like you're a high-level athlete. I don't know why people don't do this. Okay, and I've written loads of stuff on here, so I'm going to read it and then go off the cuff. But this is going to help you guys massively in your life because it's massively helped me. But what I wanted to say at the start is like, athletes look great. They get all the women. They're very confident and they're high energy. They ever do an interview and they're really calm. They're collected. I know they've got money, but they dress nice. They drive the nicest cars and stuff like that. Like that should be what people aspire to. But unless somebody's trying to become a professional athlete, they don't aspire to be like these people. I find that crazy because the amount of training that they're doing, the discipline that they have, the way that they treat their bodies, okay, like going to bed early, eating the right food, training hard on specifics. And we'll get into all of this in a minute, but that is what makes them who they are. Having high testosterone is why they're confident. And yet the average person goes, well, I'm not an athlete. I don't have to treat my body like that. I don't have to go to bed early. I don't have to eat. And it's like, no, you do. Look at the result. Like I said, athletes look great. They get all the women. They're confident. They're high energy. Wouldn't you want that in your own life? And you get that in your own life. Not just from the money and stuff like that. Your masculine energy, your masculine aura, which I'm actually talking about in the course. I'm making a video tonight on masculine energy and how it's real and how you use it. But, athletes are at that level. Why don't normal people do this? Okay, and I wrote on here, why is this way of life reserved for athletes only? It's strange, right? Like that way of life of treating your body at the ultimate level, like buying supplements for yourself. And I'm not talking about my supplements, not a pitch. I'm talking about like all these different supplements that you need, going and getting your blood work done, going to private healthcare and being like, what am I deficient in? Okay, I need that so I can perform at a higher level day to day. Like, why don't normal people do that? And people can say money, but it's a one-off trip. It's a one-off trip that you would pay for to get your blood work done, to just see what you're lacking in. You could do that once per year and just like, that's going to improve your life massively. Because, and I'll just go through a few more things, but the average guy drinks, smokes, eats whatever, sleeps late, plays video games, doesn't have that killer athlete mindset due to a lack of competition. And I think that's a big killer for so many guys out there, is athletes are competing with one another all the time for financial gain, for that top spot, for the sponsors, etc. So it makes them react to that world around them. If you've got a guy that you're competing with who's training his ass off and you have to get to that level, it only makes you a better individual. You want to be 1% better than him in interviews. You want to be 1% better than him in the performance of the game itself. You want to have a better body, so you get that Men's Health magazine sponsor. You get that movie role. Do you know what I mean? Like, actors have got a similar mindset because it's constant competition, but the average guy doesn't have that. The average guy just sits at home and just kind of, I've got no reason to be up in the morning. It's Saturday tomorrow. It's Sunday. It's like, you should be treating your body as if you're a professional athlete so you can always perform at the highest level. And I wrote some things down on here that the average guy really needs to be, this is what a professional athlete would do. And this is what a normal guy can translate it to. So if you keep yourself in shape, testosterone high and stuff like that, and you keep yourself sharp and whatever, it's things like sex. You're going to perform better in sex. Great. Which is, this is your sports. Okay, day-to-day life is your sports. You're not an athlete. You're not performing on a field, on a court, whatever. So be it, right? But your day-to-day life is your competition. Like, your body, your sex life, your masculine energy, your testosterone, the sharpness of your brain, how refreshed you are in the morning, how bright you look. Do you know what I mean? How good your skin looks. It's little things like this that is your competition. That's your sport. It's the game of life. Like, that is why you need to treat yourself like a professional athlete and take your sport as seriously as somebody else would. Like somebody like a Tom Brady, and that's what I'm going to get into in a second. But that is what you need to be doing. You need to be the Tom Brady of life. Like, how do I get up to that level in all areas of life? Like that, I don't know why more guys aren't living like that. And like I said, sex, brain. So, the amount of brain power that you got every day, that comes from lifestyle. If you go out and you have 10 beers every single Friday, Saturday, and whatever, and you have 4 on a Sunday watching the football, you're going to feel like shit on a Monday. You're not going to perform at your highest level, which is going to impact your life negatively. It's going to impact your body. It's going to impact your performance at work. It's just not good. Gym. You need to be trained in the gym like you're a professional athlete. You need to be taking it seriously and coming up with specifics, not just going in there and going, oh, I like this song. Right, it's 20 minutes. I'm out of here. Like, that's not going to benefit anybody. Sleep. Like, why are you just sat there at night watching TV, flicking through channels? Like, just get to bed. The amount of times I'm sit there at night and I'm like, right, it's 9 o'clock. I've actually got nothing else. I'll just get my head down. I'll just set an alarm for 5 a.m. and I'll be up tomorrow and I can just hit it again. It's just like, why am I not treating my body that way? I like waking up in the morning. I usually go straight to the toilet. I look in the mirror and I'm like, you look fresh. You look good. Skin looks good. You're tanned. You know what I mean? It's a nice feeling. Recovery. Why are you not recovering properly? Like, you've had a hard week at work, and then Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, you're going out eating whatever you want and getting drunk. And then Monday, you're feeling worse than you did on Friday. It's just a repeat cycle. And guys get to 40, 50 years old with back pain, low energy. They need every medicine in the world. Yeah, because you're not recovering properly. Like a professional athlete would, go to a spa. They would have an ice bath. They would have, rest days and stuff like that. They would actually... their nutrition would be on point. They'd stay away from alcohol because they'd be like, well, my muscles aren't going to recover and grow. You need to be living like that. Otherwise, you're just not going to get substantial results. Next up, mood. You want to be in a good mood all the time. Output, just in general, at work, whatever it might be, output. Energy levels. You got to go and pick up the kids. You got to have sex with the wife. You got to, that's all stuff that can benefit your life. You want to stay on top of that. Having a team around you that can help you. Having coaches. People think that's exclusive to athletes. Like, you're struggling in life. Like, have a therapist that you might go to. Like, just go and get that off your chest. And then, just cancel it. It doesn't have to be forever. Just go, like, athletes do that all the time. They talk about their experiences, how they're dealing with fame. Just get that off your chest, move on. You might have a coach that helps you with bodybuilding. You might have a coach that helps you with learning different languages. You might have... a coach that helps you with women, something like that. Like, this is what an athlete would do in their sport. Your sport is life. Why are you not involved in a team and coaches? And I know it's financially expensive, but you don't have to do it forever. Like, if you hired a personal trainer, you could do that for 6 weeks. The amount you would learn would be ridiculous. I'm learning Spanish at the moment and I'm trying to get good at golf. 2 coaches. Why would I not? Why would I not bring in coaches to help me with that? It's only going to make me a better man. It's only going to make my life better. It's only going to bring in a new skill that I require for 1M House moving forwards. Like, it's something that's going to benefit my life massively. I want to reinvest in myself. So next up is new skills, which ties into that. And then following on from that, reinvestment. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the story. Actually, I'll go back to sleep. Roger Federer sleeps 15 hours a day, apparently. Like, Mike Tyson used to do 14 hours a day. He used to train twice a day. And I know people have got jobs and they can't do that sort of thing, but this is the level that you need to be operating at to get to that highest level. Which for you is on a Friday night going to bed at 9, 10 p.m. Like, not staying up and watching movies and, watching porn and whatever. It's only going to affect you negatively. But reinvestment. I don't know if you've heard the LeBron James story, but he used to put $1 million a year into his body. Now, you can't do that, but how many of you are putting, let's say 10,000 a year negatively into your body, in shit food, in alcohol, in things that you shouldn't be putting in, drugs, cigarettes, whatever. You're putting 10,000 a year of shit stuff into your body. What if you dropped all that? You got a gym membership, you got a membership at a spa, you went and got some IV drips and stuff like that. You went and bought vitamins and the best food. Oh, I can't afford to shop there, it's expensive. Well, you can, actually. If you want to take care of your body and you want to operate at the highest level, you can afford to shop there. You could, with that money, then pay for private healthcare, where you could just go in every 3 months, get all your blood work done, do a full test, like an MOT like you would on your car, and go, how am I operating? What am I lacking? You're lacking zinc and you're lacking iron and copper. Okay, great. I'll start supplementing those things. You come back in 3 months' time and your doctor's like, everything's great. Your body's operating at the highest possible level. You've actually shaved 4 or 5 years off your, off your physical age, your biological age. Like, you're actually operating like a 22-year-old. Whereas before you were operating like, I don't know, a 35-year-old. You've changed it. Like, you need to know these things because, yeah, you're not a professional athlete, but your sport is life. That's what you're doing every single day. You're competing with other men in life. You're competing with other men for women. You're competing with other people for financial gain. You're competing with, yourself to become better every single year. Like that, your life is your sport. You are a professional athlete in life. Why are you not treating your body that way? I've always found that really confusing. And for LeBron James to be putting $1 million into his body per year, it's no wonder he looks better than you. Do you know what I mean? Like, how much can you afford to, like I said, people are putting 10 grand a year negatively into their body through alcohol. Every single weekend, going out, partying, etc. Eating shit food, ordering Uber Eats. Like, imagine where you would be if you put 10,000 a year positively into your body. You'd be at such a high level. It'd be ridiculous. So I said I was going to talk about Tom Brady. I first came up with this idea when I was watching the documentary Dynasty. It's on Apple TV. I recommend everybody watch it. You can watch all shows straight off the bat now if you wanted to binge watch something this weekend. And it touches on the New England Patriots and the management and Robert Kraft and everybody involved. But Tom Brady's a massive part of that. Obviously, he built the main guy who built the dynasty itself of the Patriots. And they were talking about like his mindset. They were talking about his work ethic, like how he always wanted the next one. And somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo is the same. And hearing about the things that he was doing, his dedication, the facts in like, you hear about people like Kobe Bryant in the book Relentless and how, and I recommend everybody to read that book Relentless, but how they dedicate so much to their body, how they dedicate so much to their sport, how it's mindset. It's, they go to a hypnotist, they go to therapists, basically what I'm trying to get at is, they've got the best sports scientists, the best like they're trying to get 10% better in every area of life. They're like, my mindset needs to be better. I need to be more locked in. Why is my left hand worse than my right? I need to get better with my left. Let's practice on that. That's your goal in life. Like, why am I weak in that area? I need to become better in that area. I need to train it. I need to find a coach. I need to find something that can boost me up in that area. Like, that is something that I'm not good at. It's negatively affecting my life. It's making me feel bad. It's making me fall behind the top 1% of guys or the main group. Let me improve on that area. And that's what a top level athlete would do, who would want to get to the top of society. They would weigh all of that up. They would look at it and they would go, why am I not performing at the top of the league? Like, they would look at their statistics. And that's what we don't have in life. We don't have statistics. And if we were honest with ourselves, it would be like, I've been rejected by 50 women in the last month. I performed terribly at my job last week. The last 2 people I tried to have sex with, my dick didn't work. Like, you would have your stats. Do you know what I mean? It would be like, my confidence feels low. Oh, it's at a 68% ratio. Do you know what I mean? If you had all those stats and you could break it down, you could then know what to improve. And an athlete has all that. Technically, you could track all that. At least mentally. Like, honestly what you're bad at. You know where your weaknesses are in life. And you can improve on that continuously. And like I said, I think the biggest point in this video is like, people do put about £10,000 a year of shit into their body. It negatively affects their body. You got LeBron James putting $1 million of positive into his body every single year. You guys could afford 10. The average guy is doing 10 negatively. Why not do 10 positively and just see how you feel? Why not go and get the best skincare treatments? Why not get great products? Like, what? I just think your life would benefit if you were doing that. Why not? Like, I've got a reverse osmosis machine. I don't drink tap water. I have about £400 worth of skincare products. Do you know what I mean? I've got a fragrance, and not to brag, but like, I've got fragrances that are like £400. I feel like I look good. I smell good. I'm in shape. I've got multiple gym memberships so I can keep mixing it up. I've got multiple coaches in my life. Like, I take advice from people in way higher positions than me. I reinvest my money into other things. Like, I know people that probably are spending the same money that I'm spending on all of that, but they're spending it on alcohol, nights out, trips to Ibiza, Las Vegas, do you know what I mean? And then, you know, a Rolex, and it's just like I as a person am growing every single day, and you've just got a watch on your wrist. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, this is the game of life. This is the sport of life. You need to keep reinvesting. But that's what I saw with Tom Brady. And I was blown away. And like hearing the things about LeBron James, and I know Conor McGregor was big on this as well. And you just think, God, no wonder these guys are operating at such a high level. No wonder they look so different to everybody else. And like I said, it's not even a money question. The million is, but it's not even a money question, because they were probably doing this when they were younger. You know, the first bit of money they had, they probably were doing this sort of stuff. They had like specific coaches for specific things. You know, I remember like my boxing camp last summer. I had to cut down to 83 kilograms. I was dialed in with my diet. I was doing like bag work, then pad work with my coaches. We were doing sparring, and then we were doing select shots. Like, you're not good at this, let's work on it today. My sleep was on point. Like, it's no surprise, and I've written here, what did I write here? I put, this entire life was built around, so this is really important. This entire life was built around a specific singular purpose, and shock, you get great results. And that's what I had. Like, I'd been boxing for about a year with my coach, but that like 12-week camp, I probably became like 10 times better at boxing during that time frame. And that came from, you know, working on specifics, being completely dialed in all areas, like just spending more time on certain things and focusing on them. And I just became way better at them. Now imagine that in life. Imagine that in your own life when you're, you know, it is a bit of the aggregation of marginal gains, but it's just changing your mindset and being like, my sport is life. My competition is all the other guys in the world. I need to dial in. I need to Tom Brady this shit. I need to rewire my mindset and be like, why am I not doing all these things to make the best version of myself so that I can perform at the top level in my sport, which is life, which is day-to-day life. Things like energy, mood, sex, confidence. Do you know what I mean? All these certain things, like how good your body looks, how good your skin looks, like these are all things that are going to benefit your life. But because people aren't professional athletes, they're like, oh, I don't have to get up in the morning. It's not a problem. I'll go to bed late. I don't have a game tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, you do. The game of life. Like every single day, you have a match. You have a game. You have a tournament. It's competing with other people. It's actually harder than being an athlete, because you're not getting paid the same money, but you have to compete on that level. So if you're not dialed in like a professional athlete would be, like, I treat my body way too well for somebody who's not a professional athlete. Like, me and my business partner will track our calories every single day. Why? Do you know what I mean? Why? You know, my friend Rob Lipset, he tracks his calories every single day. You know, he's absolutely dialed in with the food that he eats. Like, you've got people cutting off fat off their steaks. Like, that is why certain people just sit at the top of society. That's why they've done well for themselves, because they don't just do that in fitness. They do that in business. They do that in relationships. They do that when they're booking a date and they're calling up beforehand and going, can you make sure this happens? Can we have this seat? You know, is this book? Like, they're making sure things are in place. Like, it's, if somebody's late for a meeting with me, or if somebody just doesn't show up on time and they're broke, I'm like, well, it's no wonder. Like, I know why. Or like, they don't show up on time to the meeting and they're going through a divorce, and I'm like, I know why you're going through a divorce. Like, I can see you're sloppy. You just don't do things exactly as they should be done. You know, you're not showing up early. Like, Cristiano Ronaldo used to get to training at like 5 a.m, wouldn't leave till like midday. He's like outworking top players by like 3-4 times. It's just no secret. And you guys are the same, like going to bed early, waking up early, you know, just dialing in on your diet, like eating the best food. Instead of spending like £200 this weekend on alcohol, go and spend £200 on skincare. Oh, what a waste of money. It's not a waste of money though, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's reinvesting in yourself. Go and spend that on supplements and nutrition and stuff that would actually benefit your life. Go and spend that on, you know, a sports massage or whatever. Like, just go and spend that on whatever it might be to improve who you are as a man. Go and spend that on 4 personal training sessions so you can get better at a specific area that you're shit at. You know, go and spend that on knowledge. Go and buy a bunch of books. Like, that is what an athlete would do for their sport, but you're not doing that for your sport of life. I find that kind of crazy. And that's pretty much it, guys. I wanted to do like a massive video on this, but I don't think I'll have time. But I would love to do like kind of a day in the life and show you guys like what you need to be doing for performance. I don't know if it's necessary, but I had this vision of doing that. But I hope this helps, because you are an athlete. You're an athlete of life. Like, you are a high performance individual. You just don't have a sport. Your sport is life. It is day to day. The competition is everybody. It's every man in the world. Financially, it's every person in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's, unless you're learning from people, unless you're humble enough to go, I'm going to listen to what this guy has to say. I'm going to listen to what this woman has to say. They could teach me something. This could benefit my life. This could move me forward decades if I would just be a little bit more humble and I just be open to it. That can raise me up so many levels in life that I can finally get to where I wanted to get to. That's what an athlete would do. They would move to a different team. It's like cutting off friends. You know, an athlete would do that. They would leave a lower league team and they would go and join a high-performance team at the top, and they would be like, I want to be a sponge, I want to learn from you lot. You've got a top-level coach. I'm going to change my life to match what these top-level players are doing because I want to get up to that level. Why would you not do that in your own life? Why would you not do that, and with the dialed-in specifics? Like, I hear about Manchester United Football Club all the time when they were at their best, and all these players now are older and they're talking about their experience, and they all say, when I arrived at the club, I was shocked. I was like, wow. These guys show up early. They're dialed in on their diet. They don't drink alcohol. They stay at the training ground till late. They're doing yoga. And it was just like, I'm not doing yoga. Nobody I know is doing yoga. Why are you doing that? And it's just like an exposure to the elite level. Why is that reserved for sports? Why don't people do that in life? Like, that guy's got amazing results. What do you do? What are you doing that I'm not doing? You've got beautiful women chasing you all the time. Like, what's your secret? Why are you doing, like, to be that sponge so you could perform at that highest possible level is just pivotal. It's just pivotal for your life. Like, your sport is life. Try and get that through your heads, guys. Like, next time next time, you know, you're lounging around on the sofa, just flicking through channels, just watching TV, and you're just like, I'm going to watch some porn. It's Friday. I'm tired. I'll go to bed. Like, get to bed. Get up the next day. Get down the gym. Like, this matters, because if an athlete stops performing, they lose money, they lose brand deals, they lose a career opportunity. They've got to go and do something else. Everything goes to shit. They don't feel good about themselves. If you start treating your body like shit, your whole life then goes to shit. It's the same. It's exactly the same system. You then lose money. You then lose opportunities. You then lose, you know, and those opportunities might be wife, girlfriend, might be something like that, right? It might be your job because you become lazy, you start showing up later. There's just so many different things, you know. It will just bring on illnesses in life. When you get older, I got back pain. That's no different to an athlete who's not treating their body properly, and they're like, you know, I've injured my leg, and it's like, yeah, because you're overweight. You're not performing at the level that you were before. Your cardio's dropped by like 20%. You're not performing like you used to. It's showing on the pitch. It's a little bit embarrassing. That could be your sex life, where you're like, oh, it's just not working. You know, it's just a little bit soft. It's flaccid. And it's like, yeah, because all you do is eat Pop-Tarts and drink alcohol and masturbate to porn, and now you're confused that your body's not performing at a high level. If that was an athlete, we'd all go, you know, we all watch TV and we all shout at athletes and we're like, oh, what's he doing? Run harder, chase back. I wish people were doing that to you in your life. I wish there was somebody sat in an armchair going, why are you staying awake till 11? You've got to perform tomorrow. You know, you've got this life to live. It's no different. It's the same system. So my advice to you guys tonight is to start treating your body and your success like you are a high-performance professional athlete. It will make the world of difference in your life, I promise you.